Module 3, Holds and To-Do List. Many students find themselves not able to register for classes, or their financial aid hasn't paid to their account yet. Students would usually need to check their holds and to-do list to see if there are items listed, which would be holding up things, which is usually the case. This course will provide the navigation for students and parents to be able to view and interpret their holds and to-do lists. I will provide some examples of what would be found listed under each of these items. Let's get started. First, you want to go to My BGSU, then enter your username and password, and then log in. And then, of course, if you're going in your student access, you'll have to do the two-step duo. Once you do the two-step duo, this is the landing page for the students' My BGSU. This is where you'll find the holds and to-do list. You can either click on the icons here. You can either click on to-do or holds or the student center. And then it'll take you to the student center. And the holds will be on the left-hand side and the to-do list will be on the left-hand side. Here are some of the examples that you would see listed under the holds. There would be a COL hold, which would be a collection hold, like if a student had like a past due balance. A SAP appeal hold, which would be a satisfactory academic progress hold. There would be a registration hold. If a student was taking student financial aid and they didn't sign the promissory note for the student loans, they would have a master promissory note hold. And there would also be an enrollment level aid hold, which basically means if they're taking, let's say they're supposed to be at 12 credit hours, which is considered full time, and they're only registered for 9, and their hours don't match, they would have an enrollment level aid hold. And what would be listed in the to-do list box would be things like verification items for financial aid, such as stuff that the financial aid office is requiring, like verification worksheet, stuff like that. And like the entrance counseling would be stuff for the student loans. Like if they were taking the student loans, they would have to do the entrance counseling. Another example would be if the student had an alternative private loan, for the financial aid to certify that loan on the student's behalf, the student would have to do an alternative loan questionnaire. So these are basically just some of the things that would be listed in the holds and the to-do list. And as far as the parent access, they would go through their access by clicking on the Access BGSU sign on and then entering their email address and password. And then this is where they would find the to-do list and holds. If the student granted them access, this is where they would click on, and it would take them to the, when they click on this, it would tell them what was under the to-do list and what was under the holds. So this would be the parent access. If the student granted the parent access, this is where they would find that information. So let's recap the holds in the to-do list. This is basically stuff that would be under the holds. Collection hold, which would basically mean that you had a past due balance. A SAP appeal hold would be something through financial aid, like you weren't, it was satisfactory academic progress. Enrollment level aid hold, which basically means your hours aren't matching. master promissory note hold, which means that you haven't signed the promissory note for the loan, and a registration hold is holding up registration. And under the to-do list is verification items, which is basically things that are holding up your loans. And that's items that the financial aid office is requiring that you do. The entrance counseling is at studentloans.gov that you would do for the loans. And that's same thing with the promissory note. You have to do both of those two things to get the loan. Alternative loan questionnaire um, is for the financial aid office to certify the loan on your behalf. And the last thing would be the financial responsibility agreement, and all students have to do that just one time. And that would be under the to-do list. And those are basically just some of the things that are found under the holds in the to-do list. So it's very important that you check your hold and to-do list, because this holds up things. It holds up registration, it holds up your financial aid. So it's important that you check these things frequently, or check these items frequently. So I hope this was helpful, and there is a quiz at the end of this tutorial. So, and there is printable instructions. Okay, thank you for watching.